What if the most powerful man in the world chose a $300 watch over a luxury icon? No diamonds, no flex, no noise. Yet somehow it made him look even more powerful. This is not just a watch collection. This is how Obama redefined what power really looks like. 1. George Gray 6500 chronograph. If there is one watch that defines Obama's idea of power, it is the George Gray 6500. Not because it was expensive, but because of who gave it to him. In 2007, his Secret Service team gifted him this watch as a sign of respect and trust. And here is what makes it even more surprising. This watch cost only around $300 to $400. And even after becoming president, he never replaced it with something more luxurious. He wore it on the campaign trail during speeches and inside the Oval Office. The watch itself is simply a black dial with bold numbers and a clean, practical design built for everyday use. But that is exactly the point. While other leaders chose status symbols, Obama chose meaning. This was not about showing wealth. It was about loyalty, discipline, and staying grounded. And in that moment, a simple watch became a symbol of real power. 2. Rolex Cellini. But when the stage shifted from campaign trails to global diplomacy, everything changed. Because power at that level does not need to be loud. It needs to be controlled. That is when Obama turned to the Rolex Cellini, a watch that speaks in silence. Crafted in white gold with a clean dial and a slim profile, it disappears under a suit cuff, yet carries undeniable presence. This was not a sports watch. It was not built for action. It was built for moments where every detail is being watched. With a price around $15,000, it was a quiet step into luxury, but never a statement piece. He wore it during state dinners and high-level meetings where image mattered as much as words. The message was clear. Real authority does not demand attention. It naturally commands it. 3. Tag Heuer 1500 Series Professional. But before the spotlight, before the suits and global attention, there was a different kind of watch on his wrist. The Tag Heuer 1500 Series. Professional was not about image. It was about endurance. Built with a stainless steel case, a rotating bezel, and water resistance up to 200 meters, it was designed to handle pressure without failing. Powered by a quartz movement, it delivered accuracy, reliability, and zero distractions, exactly what a demanding daily life required. At the time, it was priced within reach, not luxury, but not cheap a tool for someone focused on progress. This was the watch of long days of constant movement, and a man still building his path. No flash, no statement, just function. Because real power is not built at the top. It is forged in the grind long before anyone is watching. 4. Fitbit. And then came the moment no one expected. At the peak of power, when the world assumed luxury would define his image, Obama did the opposite. He put on a Fitbit. No gold, no heritage, no prestige, just a simple device focused on performance. It tracked his steps, heart rate, sleep, and daily activity, turning time into data and discipline. Priced at a fraction of traditional watches, it was not meant to impress anyone. It was meant to keep him accountable. While others used watches to signal status, he used it to measure consistency. Early morning workouts and long days, this was a tool for staying sharp under pressure. Because at the highest level, power is not about what you show. It is about what you control every single day. 5. Shinola Runwell. But not every choice was about performance. Some were about what he stood for. The Shinola Runwell was never about luxury. It was about identity. Built in Detroit, this watch carried a deeper story of American craftsmanship and industrial revival. With a clean dial, bold numerals, and a solid steel case, it felt honest, simple, and purposeful. Priced in the range of a few $100s, it was accessible, yet meaningful. When Obama wore it, he was not promoting a brand, he was highlighting workers' resilience and rebuilding. This watch did not speak to elites, it spoke to everyday people. It was a reminder that power can also mean responsibility to represent something bigger than yourself. Because sometimes the strongest statement is not about status. It is about standing for something real. From humble tools to quiet luxury, every watch in Obama's collection tells a story about power, discipline, and meaning. If you enjoyed seeing how he redefined leadership one wrist at a time, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories that will change the way you see style and influence.